miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play, and that'll set them back 5. Now Burrow. Flushed. And right away, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what are you trying to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
He's going to air one out. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Man open, it's Moss complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. This time Burrow will look to throw. Got got a man open. It's Chase. Touchdown! Jamar Chase with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And now the rookie's free. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And Tyler Boyd's one of those guys that seems to fly under the radar, but he finds ways to get open, and he has nice hands. He's averaged right around 80 catches a year his last 3 seasons.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run good for 24 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Flushed it. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. letting one go deep for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd there to make the grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10.
11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11, 11, 11, 11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41.
Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow.
Got some real estate inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Guys up. 11 mighty, 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
First down. Here's Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. That catch good for only a couple.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
McPherson's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Mond. Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down.
As we all know, a big priority for Cincinnati in 2021 is building up the line on both sides of the ball. They want to protect Joe Burrow on the offensive side, but the defense as a whole only produced 17 sacks last year, the lowest total in the NFL. So getting to the quarterback, as we just saw there, that's a nice sign for the Bengals.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase
Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Here's Mon. Pushes him over.
They'll get that complete to Alberto.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On second down, here's Nwangu.
And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Finding room to the 20, and he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Give left side here for Nwangu.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kene Nwangu.
Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is down to a field goal. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. Burrow will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So drive 1, they had the field goal. Drive 2, touchdown. And now here on drive 3, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend, because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got the system to shut you down.
On the return is Peterson.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Burrow looking to pass. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Evans. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's Burrow. There's Evans again, complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Jamar Chase, the intended receiver.
And it'll bring up 3rd down. Again, it's Burrow. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
McPherson's kick is good.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Ricardo Allen, former Falcon, in on the tackle.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48.
136 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
But he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Mecole Hardman the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Mon looks to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Mon.
Eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush range.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kene Nwangu.
Now with his 3rd touchdown in his 1st ever NFL game. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, but as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And down to the 20.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going the long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. 2nd and 8.
Now Burrow. Open man is Uzama. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run for it with Evans.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
I apologize. apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6. They go play action here. Mon. Under pressure is Mon, and he'll go down. Good, Charles. That time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
11 Thomas.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Big 13. Big 13. 12. 12. 12. 11. 11. 11. 11. Stop.
And Burrow going to throw again. And a catch right side by Evans. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
11. 11. 11. 11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak.
And he'll get it. He's overthrown a touchdown. Joe Burrow keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
On 1st down, here's Mon. That's complete. Akule Bunam.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed him down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mon going to throw it.
Escaping the pressure. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 19-point game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Mon now off of play action.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's second down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
He's going to go up top again. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, Mon.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Here's Mon. They're going for it.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. Bernard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Let's do it. This yours.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. It's going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Bengals, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.